My name is Catesby Spears, and the lesson I am sharing with you today is for first graders. I decided to do a math lesson to a classroom full of first graders. The Common Core standard that I chose to go along with this lesson is number operations. That says that students will solve multi-digit addition and subtraction problems that contain numerals and symbols. The first grade math lesson that I chose says this lesson is about using pictures to help students with their subtraction skills. Students should focus on the pictures and the amount of objects in the picture. This is extremely important because it gives students a visual representation of what subtraction means. An example of a picture that I would show them can be found on the next page. It just gives you a little bit of an idea of how the lesson would flow together. This is an example of one of the pictures that I would show my students. A set of 5 apples and then an X through 3 of them, and ask students how many apples are left, which the answer is 2. And then maybe a picture of the bananas, which are 4, and do 3 minus 4, which is -1. It would kind of help them see what exactly they were going for. The lesson objectives for this lesson is, by the end of this lesson, students will be able to correctly answer 8 out of 10 simple subtraction problems using numbers up to 10, with using the pictures to represent the subtraction problems. The lesson hook would be, today we are going to practice our subtraction skills using pictures, but first let's do a few interactive problems together. As the teacher, I would ask my students to volunteer. I would hope to have 1 or 2 volunteers so that we could do a few interactive subtraction problems together. An idea that I have is to hold 2 dry erase markers in my hand and ask one of the volunteers to take one of them away. So if I had 2 dry erase markers in my hand and Johnny takes one, how many dry erase markers do I have left? I would plan to do 3 or 4 of these problems just to give the students a good idea of what their actual lesson would be. Here is a poll that I just put in here to see whether the pictures help students understand the subtraction problems better. So that's just a little bit of an assessment for me to see how I can help them. Transition and directions. I would tell the students that now that we've had a few practice subtraction problems as a class, that I want to make sure everybody understands the lesson and activity clearly, and we would try a few problems individually. To check that they are understanding the concept and that they are doing their work correctly, I would ask them questions like, what did you learn about subtracting today? Did using the pictures to represent simple subtraction problems help you to understand the concept more? Just little questions like that would help me understand where they stand with the concept. I would tell students that now that we've gone over subtraction problems and participated in interactive classroom activities, we are going to try our best to correctly answer 8 out of 10 simple subtraction problems using numbers up to 10. And obviously using the pictures to represent the math problems as well, because that is the main point of the lesson. I thought of another really interactive way to get the students involved is to ask them to draw their own pictures of fruit or other objects and have them make a subtraction problem out of that. So maybe they draw 8 apples and X out 4 of them, and so their subtraction problem would be 8 minus 4, and ask them how many apples they have left, which would be 4. So they could do a couple problems like that just to keep them engaged. The closing and assessment that I would have for them, I would just tell them that if they had any questions about subtraction problems or if they were struggling, that they could always come and see me, and that I would be more than willing to help them with any area. And then we would take a short quiz with pictures, probably as a class, not individually, to make sure that I know where they stand and to make sure that I can see if the pictures were really helping them and stuff like that. That is my lesson for today with subtraction with pictures. Thank you.